World News in 5.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.
Good day. This is World News in 5 here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. Israel said on Wednesday it carried out airstrikes targeting Hezbollah weapon sites in southern Lebanon and that it intercepted several rockets fired from Lebanon toward Israel. The Israeli military also reported fresh airstrikes on the Khan Yunis area in southern Gaza, as well as ground operations in that area and in northern Gaza. The Hamas-run health ministry in Gaza reported on Wednesday at least 76 more people killed in Israel's campaign. At least 29,954 people have been killed since the war began in October, with another 70,325 injured. Israel, Hamas, and Qatari mediators on Tuesday all played down a suggestion by United States President Joe Biden that a new deal for a ceasefire and hostage release in the 5-month Israel war with Hamas militants could be reached soon. Hamas is considering a proposal agreed to by Israel at talks with mediators in Paris last week for a ceasefire that would suspend fighting for 40 days during Ramadan, the Muslim fasting month, which would be the first extended truce in the war.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.
In other news overseas, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky was in Albania for meetings on Wednesday with leaders in the region as he seeks additional support for his country's fight against a Russian invasion. Zelensky said he would discuss defense and political cooperation as well as Ukraine's peace plan in talks with Albanian Prime Minister Edi Rama. Albanian Foreign Minister Igli Hassani expressed his government's full support for Ukraine's peace efforts and a commitment to help with reconstruction efforts in Ukraine. Meanwhile, Ukraine's military said on Wednesday that Russian attacks continued overnight with 10 drones and an unspecified number of guided missiles. The Ukrainian Air Force reported destroying all 10 drones, with intercepts taking place over the Odessa and Mykolaiv regions.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.
News from the Philippine Foreign Service Post. Philippine Permanent Representative or PR to the United Nations or UN, Ambassador Antonio M. Lagdameo, called on the Group of 77 or G77 and China to solidify collective action and strengthen the voice of developing countries in the UN during an ambassadorial meeting of the G77 and China on the 26th of February. Permanent Representative Lagdameo stated that the Philippines will continue to work closely with G77 and China to advance reform of the global financial architecture, chart a transformative path for developing countries to reap benefits of the Fourth Industrial Revolution, ensure global attention remains focused on the development of the Global South, bolster South-South cooperation, and advocate for wider recognition of middle-income countries and their unique challenges in the reform of the UN development system. The Philippines, along with the other delegations, congratulated Uganda, the chair of the G77, and China for 2024 for their successful hosting of the 3rd Global South Summit and the 19th Summit of the Non-Aligned Movement or NAM in Kampala in January 2024. G77 members stated their support to Uganda and conveyed appreciation for the accomplishments and leadership of the previous G77 chair, Cuba, noting important ongoing processes at the UN this year, such as the Summit of the Future, the 4th Conference on Small Island Developing States or SIDS-4, the 3rd UN Conference on Landlocked Developing Countries, and the International Conference on Financing for Development, among others. The G77 members underscored the necessity of working together to promote the common interests of developing countries. PR Lagdameo stressed that the G77's collective objective was to ensure effective implementation of the 2030 Agenda and Sustainable Development Goals and a brighter future for the lives of their peoples on the ground. The G77 and China held its first ambassadorial meeting for the year to discuss general guidelines for the group and its work program for 2024.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.
And that concludes today's edition of World News in 5. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this has been Steph Vicente. Good day and stay safe, everyone.
World News in 5.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.